Think of what we could do together. Finally, Wicked Part 2 is out, and trust me, this time we are not just here to sing. We are here to witness the rise of a legend feared across all of Oz. In a kingdom where lies dress up as miracles and power hides behind a perfect smile, Elphaba steps out of the chaos with a new purpose: to embrace exactly what everyone is terrified she will become, the infamous Wicked Witch of the West. Meanwhile, Glinda, polished to absolute perfection by the wizard himself, has to decide if she will keep playing the shiny symbol everyone worships or face a truth that could tear everything apart. Wicked Part 2 is the breaking point. Two friends turning into opposite myths. Two destinies colliding in a fractured Oz. Everything kicks off in the magnificent land of Oz, where townsfolk and animals live in peace until an alarm shatters the calm. The dreaded Wicked Witch is coming to attack. Of course, they are talking about Elphaba. She stops, turns slowly, and stares down at the city, a city shaking just from seeing her, convinced she is nothing but danger. Right after, we see people reading newspapers and tuning into news reports warning everyone about the Wicked Witch. They are even hanging posters everywhere, telling folks to be extra careful. Then we jump to Elphaba, the so-called villain, singing with full determination. She swears that once she catches the wizard and exposes who he really is, everyone can finally say goodbye to him for good. On the other side, we see Glinda, now praised as the Good Witch. Everybody loves her. The kingdom's soldiers are literally dancing in her honor. A little later, Glinda gets a visit from Madame Morrible, who tells her that people are getting nervous after all these witch attacks. To help her maintain the illusion of hope, Morrible hands her a brand new ride, a magical bubble. But Morrible stresses that the bubble's mechanism is hidden, so the townspeople will believe Glinda makes it float with real magic, reminding her that she never actually had any powers. This triggers a flashback, where we see a young Glinda failing to perform magic in front of other kids, realizing early on that she wasn't special like Elphaba. Back in the present, Glinda arrives before the citizens of Oz to announce that the path to see the wizard is finally open again. Madame Morrible steps forward to thank Glinda and Prince Fiyero, the captain of the guards. She also goes ahead and announces right there in public that Fiyero will be Glinda's fiancé, even though he's finding out on the spot. Fiyero is stunned, but Glinda, glowing with the pressure of the moment, plays along. In private, Fiyero admits he can't stand the lies about their old friend Elphaba, but Glinda convinces him that she is the people's only hope, so he agrees to stay. But in the middle of the celebration, the Wicked Witch shows up. Elphaba writes a message across the sky, warning everyone that Oz isn't who you think he is. However, Madame Morrible uses her dark weather magic to twist the words, making the message say, Oz is going to die. Panic erupts. Fiyero and the guards set out to hunt down the witch. What they don't know is that Elphaba is hiding right behind them. When she hears Fiyero's determination to catch her, she assumes he has turned against her too, unaware that he is just playing a role. The scene switches to Munchkinland, where Nessa Rose, Elphaba's sister, is the current governor. She is about to sign a cruel new rule restricting all animals from traveling to distance herself from her sister's reputation. Boak, the munchkin who has stayed by her side, finally has enough. He tells her he is leaving to find Glinda because he loves her. Furious and heartbroken, Nessa Rose tries to use Elphaba's spellbook to make Boak love her, but she mispronounces the spell. Boak's heart begins to shrink and fail. Elphaba arrives just in time to save him, but the only way to keep him alive is to turn him into a creature that doesn't need a heart. He wakes up as the Tin Man. Horrified by his new metal body, he blames Elphaba completely. Elphaba then heads straight to the Wizard of Oz to warn him. She threatens to expose the truth unless he frees the animals. The wizard tries to manipulate her again, but Elphaba demands he prove his goodwill by releasing the flying monkeys. He agrees, but one of the monkeys reveals a secret. The wizard keeps tons of other animals locked in cages in a hidden room. Meanwhile, Glinda is getting ready for her wedding to Fiyero, but Elphaba crashes the wedding to confront the wizard. In the chaos, the animals burst out of their cages. Fiyero, seeing the truth, makes a split-second decision. He swings in, threatening the wizard with a weapon and taking Elphaba's side. He declares he's leaving with her. Glinda is shattered at the altar, realizing Fiyero always loved Elphaba, not her. Fiyero and Elphaba escape to the woods. For a brief moment, they find peace. They confess their love for each other, and Elphaba admits that for the first time, she feels truly wicked, in a beautiful way. But their happiness is cut short. Madame Morrible, determined to destroy the witch, unleashes a massive tornado. Elphaba sees a vision of her sister Nessarose in danger and rushes to help her, but it is a trap. A house falls from the sky, killing Nessarose instantly. Glinda arrives at the scene first and gives Nessarose's enchanted shoes to a girl named Dorothy. When Elphaba arrives and sees her sister's shoes on a stranger, she confronts Glinda. The grief turns to rage, and the two friends get into a physical fight, slapping each other and releasing years of resentment. Suddenly, the soldiers arrive. To save Elphaba, Fiyero surrenders himself, allowing Elphaba to escape. He is taken away and tortured in the cornfield, eventually transformed into the Scarecrow so he can feel no pain. Elphaba, broken and desperate, realizes there is only one way to end this. She returns to the castle, not to fight, but to surrender to her destiny. She captures Dorothy to get the shoes back, but Glinda sneaks in to warn her that a mob is coming. Elphaba tells Glinda that she must remain good, to lead Oz, while Elphaba must remain the villain. She makes Glinda promise never to clear her name. They sing their final goodbye, forgiving each other for everything. Then Elphaba stages her own death. She steps behind a curtain, and when Dorothy throws a bucket of water, Elphaba vanishes, leaving only her hat behind. Believing the witch is dead, the kingdom celebrates. Glinda, now ruling Oz, discovers a green bottle that belonged to Elphaba's mother. She shows it to the wizard, who realizes the truth. Elphaba was his daughter. Devastated by his own actions, the wizard is forced to leave Oz in his balloon. Glinda has Madame Morrible arrested for her crimes. In the final moments, Glinda addresses the people of Oz, promising to lead with truth and kindness. But far away, in a quiet field, the Scarecrow opens a secret trapdoor. Elphaba steps out. She is alive. Her death was just an illusion. She reunites with Fiyero, now the Scarecrow, and they leave Oz forever to live in freedom. The movie ends with Glinda singing from her balcony and Elphaba singing back from the distance. Two friends separated by destiny but connected forever. A witch who was never truly wicked, and a good one who was finally good for real.